Hey, I'm Kate from the Small Things blog. Today I'm going to take you through my daily makeup routine featuring a few new products that I've found and loved. So if you want to see how to get this look, stay tuned and we'll go ahead and get started. The only thing on my face is the Arbonne primer, and then I'm going to start next by putting a little bit of eye cream under my eyes. I like to use It's Potent by Benefit. This is the little travel size, so don't think when you're buying it you're getting this tiny pod, but I got this in a Birchbox and I've kind of used it up, but I like it. I apply enough eye cream to where I feel like it's moisturized but not heavy and sitting on top. Next, I use this new creaseless shadow by Benefit that I love in the shade Birthday Suit. Looks like that on the front. I like that it's a really taupey nude color. And I just use my finger and apply a little bit of product to my finger and then wipe it across both eyes. You don't need a primer with this eyeshadow because it acts like the primer. Next, I take my MAC eyeshadow in Brune, which is a really dark charcoal color, and I use an angled fluffy brush to press it into my corners and up into my crease. Next step, I use the Serendipitous shade in this Bare Minerals palette that has a great variety of nice neutral taupey shades. The shade I'm going to be using is this kind of vanilla colored one. And I like to use this on my brow bone to sort of blend the darker brune color I just applied and my actual skin color because it's a bit of a stretch. I don't have a really obvious crease, so I kind of have to make it with makeup. So that softens that line up there. Next, I'm going to be using eyeliner by Too Faced in the Perfect Espresso shade. When I bought this, they said it was like gel eyeliner in a stick, and they're exactly right, because it's not as hard or dry as a normal eyeliner like a kohl or pencil. It's very smudgy and soft and blendable like gel liner would be. Just add a little line on my upper lash line. And then if you need to blend it in a little, there's a blending tool on the other end of this eyeliner. So I just like to take that and just brush it over my line, and it really softens it just enough without erasing it. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes and apply 2 coats of CoverGirl Lash Blast mascara. It's this famous orange tube. Finally, I'm going to finish with 2 coats of Maybelline The Rocket Volume Express in Waterproof. I found that waterproof mascara holds a curl a little bit better, and I also found that I'm not using it for the waterproof factor, I'm simply using it because it gives me a nice curl. So if you layer this on top of non-waterproof mascara, like I'm wearing in the Lash Blast, it comes off a lot easier when you're removing your makeup. Talked about this foundation a lot. It's my absolute favorite. It's by Arbonne. I use the shade Soft Blush, which I imagined would be pink when I ordered it because they used the word blush, but it's really nude and it's perfect for my skin color, which is extremely pasty and pale. And I go the lazy route and just use my fingers to apply. After I've applied my foundation, I have been lately using this Makeup Forever Full Cover Under Eye Concealer. My dark circles are telling the stories these days, so I've needed a little bit more coverage than what I was using before, which was the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I still really like it, I just needed more coverage. So I use a good dot of that and just press it between both my middle fingers, although many would argue to use your ring finger. Not that coordinated with those guys, so I just use my middle fingers. And I just dot it on. Even though this is a full coverage concealer, it blends in really nicely and you're never left with really cakey or dry under eyes. Make sure when you're doing this you're not pulling or tugging the skin underneath your eye because it's very fragile. So you can see I get great coverage from that. I really like this concealer. If you've got terrible under eye circles, consider it. Then I take my Stila big smudge stick crayon thing, but as you can see I've used it enough. It has absolutely no more writing on it. I believe it's in the color Smoke. I will link to it in my blog post. But I use this on my lower lash line. It gives the depth like there's a little bit of color without it being too heavy. So you can see just a little definition. Next, I grab my MAC Studio Fix powder in N4. I just need a really light dusting of this because that Arbonne foundation is full coverage. This just keeps it matte. Don't forget to go onto your ears and down your neck when you're applying a powder or even a foundation, so it looks as natural as possible. I recently tried this L'Oreal Visible Lift Cream Blush. I actually thought it was powder blush when I bought it, but you just use your finger. I use my middle finger and just to get a little bit of product on it. You can see it's really shimmery. It ends up not being that shimmery on your face. And I apply it to the apple and then spread it all the way around. So it gives me a really natural flush with a little bit of highlighter mixed in. Then I take whatever's remaining on my fingers from a mess, kind of pushing that blush around and just kind of lightly rub over my whole face just to warm me up a little bit. I have kind of no color to my skin, so I'm a big fan of blush for that reason. So I kind of go to the top of my forehead, down my nose, and around my chin, and around the edges of my face. It's really subtle, almost unnoticeable, but to me it just warms it up a little bit, so I like doing that. Next, I apply some mascara. I use the CoverGirl Lash Blast on my lower lashes. Okay, the final and arguably most important part of my finished face is my Lorac eyebrow pencil. It's in brunette, but it's a really light brunette. It works for me. I just do short little strokes because you can see my eyebrows are pretty much non-existent. Then I use the other side of this pencil and just soften all those lines. I finish with a little bit of lip color and then I'm set to go. So this is my pretty much daily full face makeup tutorial with a few of the new products that I've been loving. I'll include links to all of the products in the blog post on the Small Things blog. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.